My name's Bloody Duddy, so I've got a build for you today. Mataiodoxía Vex Mythoclass. Mataiodoxía got buffed, it has got super damage now. Crazy good. Also with the buffed Vex Mythoclass, these two are an absolute monstrous combo. On top of some seasonal artifact perks for Radiant Scorch Ignitions on tap, Suspend, Ignite, and some absolutely massive super damage. Mataiodoxía and Vex go together like peanut butter and jelly. Yum yum yum. Vex Mythoclass, Timeless Mythoclass. It's got barrier. This weapon fires singular bolts in full auto. When the magazine is emptied, ammo is pulled from across timelines. Basically, to buff this, it is a cracked version of a rewind rounds, and I mean cracked. It's so good. You can literally almost fire this thing infinitely. It's also got this perk on there, which has changed a little bit. When fully overcharged, swapping firing modes. In this mode, hold the trigger to charge. You get a linear fusion rifle shot, you get 3 of them, but precision kills with that will cause an ignition. That's what got buffed. And then the catalyst, while in full auto mode, final blows or rapid hits with this weapon grant a bonus damage, accuracy, and stability. So you get a bit of extra damage, which I'm going to show you. So you're just going to see a number, 84, and once you stay on target for a little bit more, it's going to jump up to 101. 10% damage, I believe. Extra damage for free. Add in Fever and Chill. Rapid precision hits with solar weapons. Grant you Radiant. Add in Kindle and Trigger. Radiant causes solar weapons to apply Scorch. It's just a combo. And then Torch, while Radiant. Deal increased weapon damage to combatants affected by Strand. All these work together. 84. Get your Radiant. 127. That's because it's affected by Strand. So you're getting the extra damage from your Vex Mythoclass staying on target, the extra damage from Radiant, and a bit of extra damage for doing damage while you're Radiant to targets afflicted by Strand. Add in this gear set. This isn't needed. I just like to run it. The Collective Psych. You also get increased Unravel, Suspension, and Radiant. Suspension and Radiant. It's just a bonus. You get about an extra 5 seconds Radiant and a couple of extra seconds. It's not an absolute game changer, but I like to run it because I've got it. So, plenty of extra damage, plenty of extra Scorch. Add in this bad boy, probably one of my favourite seasonal artifact perks of all time, Rays of Precision, while you're Radiant, which you're going to be all the time. Solar Precision Final Blows will cause combatants to ignite, like so. You're just going to get ignitions left, right, and centre. Now, bearing in mind the Vex Mythoclass linear fusion rifle mode also causes ignitions, like so. You don't need Rays of Precision for that, but basically you're going to get ignitions from the full auto mode and ignitions from the linear fusion rifle mode very easily. Now we'll get onto the exotic chess piece, the Mataiodoxía. Targets damaged by arcane needles emit a suspended detonation when defeated. Landing multiple arcane needles or needle storm on the same target immediately triggers a more powerful detonation. Defeating suspended targets grants melee energy, and your arcane needles are strong against barrier champions. So if you keep spamming your melee, you will get an explosion. And the super actually got that as well. As Bungie mentioned here, just before the update for this drop, this DLC drop or this update, this makes it equal to Kyros of the Thunder Crash. Have it all. And you do indeed have it all with Mataiodoxía. You can suspend things left, right, and centre. And like I mentioned, we're going to have Radiant, Scorch, extra damage from Radiant, extra damage from the Vex, extra damage against targets afflicted by Strand, and it just feels so good. Like, we've got Devour built in as well. I'm on a Prismatic subclass, which we'll touch on a bit later on in the video. I'll go over all of my fragments, etc. I believe I've got it nailed down with them fragments, but it just works together, guys. Really good. So I'll start off just in a lost sector, and then we'll gradually go up to like GM Conquest and stuff like that. So as you can see here, the Vex is doing a bit of work against the shielded enemies. Throw an Arcane Needle, get the kill, and it just suspends things. And you're going to be Radiant on tap like so, causing them ignitions. And the super, here we go. Doesn't this feel good now? If you haven't tried it, that's the only thing Mataiodoxía was missing for me, was a bit of extra super damage. Now look at it go, guys. Really good. This champion gets absolutely smelted. Look at the state of that. Really good. And even in Grandmaster stuff, where you're really low level compared to your enemies. Really, really good. And don't forget as well, I know this is going to sound really silly, but it is sort of damage resistance as well, because if you do get a kill, one of your arcane needles attached, you'll see it in a moment, and everything around that target is going to be suspended, so they can't actually do anything to you or your teammates. So the suspension, I've always kind of digged it. I like it. I like the suspension part of it. It's just very useful, all in general. Suspend a large group of enemies here. I cut this clip a bit short, but Vex is anti-barrier as well. It absolutely chose through champions when they've got the shields up really, really strong, and that linear fusion rifle mode also is anti-barrier. It just drops things really, really quick, especially barriers, them shields. Suspension, when you need it. Guys, it's just got everything. This little setup, Mataiodoxía with Vex, 2 buffed things, feel absolutely incredible. This is the only time I throw a super where it didn't actually work. It still sometimes doesn't track onto the target, so try and make sure you're just aiming at one target instead of a group. Right, I mentioned them on Prismatic, so we'll go over them. Devour, why not? You're going to get healing on every kill. Weaver's Call for your Threadlings. I also like to run a Threadling Grenade. This you can change off if you want to something else. I just like the Threadling Grenade. I'll tell you why later on. Arcane Needle is what you need. This is going to unravel, and this is what you need for your Mataiodoxía anyway, so you must run that. Facet of Protection, while you're surrounded, you gain increased damage resistance. Facet of Balance, rapidly defeating targets with light damage, grants melee energy. You're going to get loads of kills with your Vex, so that works. Facet of Ruin, increase the size and the damage for ignitions, so I like to run that for the ignitions. Facet of Solitude, landing rapid precision hits, emits a severing burst, so you're going to sever everything as well. And then Facet of Purpose, when we pick up an orb, we're going to get Woven Mail. On the right hand side, you'll see my stats. I like to run a decent weapon, 130, 140, as much super as you possibly can. I did drop my grenade a little bit to boost my super out. There's my mods. Now, one of the mods, because we're on Prismatic and you do get the Prismatic Grenade, is really useful, and for your Threadling Grenades, causing damage with a grenade reduces your melee cooldown. Once you've got your Prismatic Grenade and you throw that, you're going to get loads of melee energy, and with your Threadling Grenade as well, that works very, very nicely with that. And then one more Seasonal Artifact pair to show you, to Shreds, dealing sustained damage to severed targets, unravels them. We're going to sever via our Prismatic Fragment, the Facet of Solitude. When you do damage to them, it's going to unravel them and cause Woven Mail hotspots. I did actually forget to bang some of them in, but you do get them quite often. They do just lay about on the floor. You run into them and you get your Woven Mail. It all works nicely with the Seasonal Artifact perks for Radiant and Scorch. I mean, you could have gone Void. You could actually go Void with this and go 10 Kurt with one of the other Void Seasonal Artifact perks, but Radiant and Solar or Vex is just too good, guys. Really, really strong. Radiant on tap. Loads of survivability with Devour. I hope you found this video helpful. I'll leave a dim link. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.